Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is the 24th snowflake. One left, guys, that's it. So this snowflake is 4 rounds. It's really simple. We start with just the 2 treble together cluster, then some chains, and then some more chains, and another treble, and then a bunch of singles and chains. Then we're going to work 3 little picots up here, and then that's it. Now, the starching video I will post will have 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 21 through 25 on it. So this one will come right after the 25th snowflake in that starching video, okay? So, what you're going to need, and just like I say in all my tutorials for these snowflakes, if you want to make the snowflake out of yarn, you're more than welcome. Just use the hook that the yarn recommends. But for my snowflakes, I used a size 10 crochet thread with a 1.75 millimeter hook, a needle to weave in our ends, scissors, stitch marker, and the needles I used is a number 22 from Walmart. These DMCs, these are from the embroidery floss aisle. They're right next to the embroidery floss, actually. And that's it. That's all the supplies you're going to need. So, get your stuff together, and let's get started on the 24th snowflake. Okay, guys, to get started on our 24th snowflake, we are going to get a slip knot on our hook. That was kind of, I don't have a long enough tail. I don't like that. All right, bring that up a bit. Okay, that's better. Alrighty, we are going to start with a chain of 8. Bring you guys in. Alright, so chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to slip stitch to that very first chain right here to form a ring. Chain 2. Alright, now I'm going to tighten that up. Lay this tail to the side so I can work over it. And we are going to work a 2 treble cluster. So it's got the 2 treble cluster in it, just like snowflake 23. I liked that cluster. I thought that looked pretty, so I thought I'm going to make it in this one too. So we're going to yarn over twice, come in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, stop, start our next treble, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We have 3 loops, yarn over, and pull through all 3. That's our first cluster. So now we chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to slip stitch into the 8th chain from our hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to hold the 9th and slip stitch right into the 8th. So we got a little loop here. Now we're going to chain 2. And we're going to start our next chain or our 2 treble cluster. So yarn over twice, come down, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We have 2 loops. Start our next treble. Go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We got 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 3. Now this treble cluster is just a tad bit thicker than this one and what the rest of them are going to be, just because that beginning chain too right there. So don't worry about if it looks a little thicker. I didn't get myself any slack at the beginning of the video. Okay, so the repeat is 2 treble cluster, chain 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. come down, and we're going to slip stitch into the 8th, which you can just count 1, 2, 3 up, and there's our 8th. Chain 2, and then start the 2 treble cluster again. So I want you guys to repeat that around 1, 3, 2 until we have 10, not 10, 6 of the chain 10, you know, loops with the little picot at the top, okay? And then we should have 6 of the 2 treble clusters, okay? So what we should end with is the chain 2 after the 6th chain 10, okay? So work your repeat around, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I've made it around. I have the 6 2 treble clusters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My 16 chain 10 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I finished with, right there behind my hook, is the chain 2, and we're going to come down to that very first 2 treble cluster. Now, into the side of that is where we're going to slip stitch, or into the top of that. So I want you guys to be able to see, there's our first chain, there's our second chain, there's the top of the treble. So right into there is where we're going to slip stitch. And that's the end of round 1. So I'm tug on my center tail here just a little. Close that up. About right there is good. And we're going to move on to round 2. So for round 2, we're going to chain 2. And we're going to work a treble right back into the top of that cluster. So yarn over twice and work a treble. Now we're going to chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we're going to come around and treble into that next treble cluster, okay? So just come right around the top of that loop right there, and we're going to work a treble. So hold on to your chain and come down, and we're going to treble right into the top of that treble cluster. Just like that. And that's the repeat all the way around. Chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Dang it. All right, now yarn over twice and treble into the top of that cluster. So you guys repeat that around, and I will meet you when we get back to the beginning. So I will meet you when we get and when we treble into that last treble cluster, okay? All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so I made it around. I worked that last treble. Now we chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And we come down to that first treble. See the chain 2 right there? And there's the top of that first treble. Slip stitch into that. All right, and that's the end of round 12, or round 2. And we're going to move on to round 3. So round 3, we're just going to slip stitch right into that chain 12. Okay, get in there. Chain 1, and then we're going to single crochet right back in there. So now I'm going to stop and get my stitch marker. And mark that first single, all right? Get some slack here. Okay, so now we are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet back into the chain 12 loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 4. Single crochet back into the chain 12 loop. So right now we have 2 chain 4 loops, and we need to have 5. So we have 2, and I just worked a single, so chain 4, 3, 4, single crochet back in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet back in there, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet back in there. Now they look a little wonky now, but we're going to have to space them out in a minute. But we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain 4 loops into the chain 12 right there. So now what we're going to do is work another chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then jump to the next chain 12 loop. But this chain 4 doesn't count to the 5 in this one or the 5 in this one. This is just in the middle. So now what we're going to do is repeat that around until we get 5 chain 4 loops into the next chain 12 loop. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back down in there. That's 5. Getting all kinds of tangled up here. There we go. So now we've got our 5 for this chain 12. Now we need to do our in between, our middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our jumping chain 4 to jump to that next chain 12. So we work our single. Now we need to get our 5 chain 4s. So go ahead and repeat this around. We singled, chain 4, single, chain 4, single, chain 4, single, chain 4, single until you get your 5 chain 4 loops. Then work your jumping, chain 4, jump to the next. Repeat till you get your 5 chain 4s. Do your jump and chain 4, jump to the next. Single crochet chain 4, single crochet chain 4. Repeat that till you get 5 chain 4 loops. Then after your last single crochet, do your jump and chain 4, jump to the last chain 12 loop, okay? And I will meet you when we get to that chain, when we get done with this last chain 12 loop, okay? So by the time I come back, it's already going to have the 5 chain loops in there, chain 4 loops in there, okay? So I'm going to be right back. Okay, so I'm coming around, and I've worked into my last chain 12, my 5 chain 4 loops, and I just finished with my 5th chain 4 single crochet. Now we got to work that jumper chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Come straight across, and we're going to slip stitch into the chain or the first single crochet we have marked. So we're going to slip stitch right into there. And there we go. And that's the end of round 3. So we're going to move on to round 4 now. Okay, so to start round 4, we're going to slip stitch right into that very next chain 4 space, the one we're right next to. Slip stitch into there. and we're going to chain 1, and we're going to work 2 more single crochet right back into there. And we're going to mark that first single crochet so we don't lose our spot. And single crochet back in there. Now we're going to jump straight to that next chain 4 and work 2 singles into that one. And now into the next chain 4, we're going to work 2 doubles. So 1 and 2. I can't keep my tension. Okay, now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slip stitch into the 4th chain from our hook. Chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Darn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slip stitch into the 7th chain from our hook. Now chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slip stitch into the 4th chain from our hook. And then we're going to come right back down to the chain 4 that we're working into, and we're going to finish that with 2 doubles. 1 and 2. So this is what our point is going to be looking like. Just like that. Okay? So now we are going to work 2 single crochets into the next. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bump my camera. We're going to work 2 single crochet into the next 5 chain 4 loops. So 1, into the next one is 2, into the next one is 3, into the next one that's 4, and into the next one is 5. 1 and 2. Now the next one gets the 2 doubles. 1, 2, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come down and slip stitch into that 4th chain from your hook. Chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come down and slip stitch into that 7th chain from your hook. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come down and slip stitch into that 4th chain. And then we're going to come all the way back down into that chain 4 that we're still working in. Oop, don't yarn over twice. And we're going to work 2 doubles. 1 and here is our second. And that's our repeat. We're going to work our point and then work 2 single crochet into the next 5 chain 4s. Work our point, which is 2 double, chain 4, slip stitch into the 4th, chain 7, slip stitch into the 7th, chain 4, slip stitch into the 4th. Come back down into that same chain 4 that we're working to with 2 double. Single crochet into the next 5 chain 4 loops, work your point again. So repeat that around, and I'm going to meet you guys when we're just about to our beginning single crochet, okay? I will come back before I work any stitches into this last chain 4 loop, alrighty? Okay, so repeat around and we will be right back. Okay, so I've come to the last 3 chain 4 spaces, and then when we finish, that's going to combine to have our 5. So we've got 5 in between each of our points. So yay! All right, into this chain 4 with 2 singles. The next chain 4 with 2 singles. And the very last chain 4 with, get out of there, 1 and 2 chain 4s. And we're going to come back and slip stitch right to that very first single crochet. And that's it. We are done. That was the 24th snowflake. Sorry guys, I had to get my gum out of my mouth. All right, so now you can chain 1, pull up a loop and fasten off. But if you are going to make your little hanger with your thread like I am going to, I think we are going to chain 1, pull up a loop, fasten off, and then we're just going to attach a piece of thread somewhere, because I kind of don't like the way that's sitting right there. We're going to go somewhere else and attach a thread. So go ahead and weave in your ends and then come right back. Okay guys, so I'm back and I've gotten my ends weaved in, and I went ahead and closed this center tail up a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull out a long strand of my thread here, right about a good foot. Cut that, get it on my needle, and I think I'm just going to work my hanger from the chain 7 picot at the top of the points. I think I'm going to go right into that chain 7. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so I'm going to pull my needle through there till that little tail pops out. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to weave it in. And I'm just going to come down this chain, through there. And I just realized I'm on the front of the snowflake and I want to be on the back. Alright, so I'm just going to come down this chain, poking my needle where I can get it in there. Now I'm going to come through here. And I'm going to come down to these doubles and run it through these doubles. Alright, I'm going to call that good on this tail, this end. Now I'm going to get this other tail on my needle. And I'm going to bring it down the other side of the chain. So I'm just going to go through some stitches of the chain, pop it through there till that little tail pops through, and then I'm going to stop and gauge how high I want my hanger. So I'm going to pull mine in just a little bit more. About right there. I don't want a real long one with this. Alright, now we come back. I'm going to hold that so I don't lose the height I got figured. And I'm just going to go where I can get my needle really. Ah, get out of there. Oh, come on. There. Now I'm going to come down my double, and then I'm going to run it through the legs of these doubles and lock it down through there. Come back. There. Pull that. Snip. And there we go. Now once we starch this is going to be a lot better. So when we starch it, we're going to starch the inside. We're going to starch the outside. We're going to have a lot of pinning to do on this one. But there is our 24th snowflake. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Good gravy. Scared me. Anyway, like I was saying, subscribe if you haven't, and hit that thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what you guys think. Check out my description box where I got all kinds of links, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to go before they call again. Bye.